Fellas, let's be honest. Few things sting more than the quiet suspicion that the woman you love might be sizing you up against another man. Maybe it's her ex. Maybe it's a coworker. Or maybe it's just some guy she swears is just a friend. But deep down, you feel it. She's measuring your worth against his. The crazy part? She'll rarely come out and say it, but she'll leave subtle clues, breadcrumbs that reveal what's going on in her mind. If you ignore them, you'll end up competing in a game you never agreed to play. Today, I'll break down 6 powerful signs that she's comparing you to another guy, so you can protect your confidence, your peace, and your self-respect. Clue number 1. She brings up his name in random conversations. One of the earliest signs is when his name starts creeping into conversations where it doesn't belong. You're talking about your weekend, and out of nowhere she says, "That reminds me, James did something similar last week." Or maybe you mention a new restaurant, and she slips in, "Oh, Ryan said that place is really good." At first, it feels harmless. But pay attention to patterns. If she mentions him in situations that have zero relevance, she's not just talking, she's thinking about him. The mind speaks through the tongue. A woman who constantly references another man is signaling that he's on her radar, whether she admits it or not. And if his name comes up more than once in casual talks, it's less about coincidence and more about comparison. Clue number 2. She highlights his strengths while downplaying yours. Watch how she reacts when the other guy's strengths come up. Maybe she praises how ambitious he is, how charming he seems, or how disciplined his lifestyle looks. While that might sound innocent, it stings when she immediately brushes off your efforts or takes them for granted. For example, you could share a recent win at work, and instead of showing genuine excitement, she shifts focus by saying, "Well, Daniel works twice those hours and still makes time to." That's not admiration, it's comparison. And here's the hidden danger. Admiration is fuel for attraction. When a woman's admiration for another man grows louder than her appreciation for you, it doesn't just hurt your ego, it erodes her. Respect for you. Respect is the foundation of love. Without it, attraction doesn't survive. If she consistently amplifies his positives while muting yours, you're in silent competition, whether you asked for it or not. Clue number 3. She subtly suggests you should be more like him. This one is sneaky because it often comes disguised as helpful advice. She might say, "Why don't you dress more like Marcus?" Or, "You'd be so good at networking if you were more outgoing, like Alex." On the surface, it sounds like encouragement, but underneath it's a clear sign she's measuring you against another man's template. Here's the truth. When someone loves and values you, they may encourage you to grow, but they don't try to mold you into another person. Growth is about becoming the best version of yourself, not a knockoff of someone else. If she constantly references another guy as the ideal standard you should aim for, it's less about improving yourself and more about dissatisfaction. It shows she already sees him as a model and wishes you were closer to that image. And that's not just a red flag, it's a flashing siren. Clue number 4. She uses him to test your reaction. Sometimes she'll mention this other guy, not because the story is relevant, but to study how you react. For example, she might casually say, "Mark had everyone laughing so hard today, he's just naturally funny." And then she pauses, waiting. She's not just making conversation, she's testing your confidence. Do you get jealous? Do you tense up? Do you act defensively? Women know these subtle triggers, and when they repeatedly bring up another man just to see how you'll handle it, they're silently comparing your security against his. It's less about the guy and more about measuring your emotional stability. But here's the trap. If you overreact, she'll label you insecure. If you underreact, she might assume you don't care. Either way, you're stuck in a game you didn't sign up for. Recognize the test for what it is, a comparison disguised as conversation. Clue number 5. She seems distant after spending time around him. Pay attention to her energy after being around him. Does she come back quiet, withdrawn, or oddly distracted? This isn't just mood, it's mental comparison. Women are emotional processors. They replay interactions long after they happen. If she consistently comes home emotionally distant after being with him, it suggests she's replaying how she felt around him versus how she feels with you. That's one of the most painful forms of comparison because it's not about words, it's about feelings. She might not even realize she's doing it, but when she gives him her best energy and brings you her leftovers, it's a dangerous imbalance. Energy is contagious. If she's investing her emotional spark in someone else, you'll feel the gap in how she treats you. A woman who truly values her partner won't allow her time with another man to dim her affection toward you. Clue number 6. She uses him as a benchmark in arguments. The final and most damaging clue is when she pulls his name into arguments. She might say, well, Jason would never forget something like this, or at least he knows how to treat people right. This isn't just careless talk. This is weaponized comparison. The moment his name becomes ammunition in your disagreements, she's no longer just thinking about him. She's actively dragging him into the relationship dynamic. That's a huge violation of respect. Arguments in healthy relationships are about resolving issues between two people, not about introducing a third person as the gold standard. When she uses another man as her measuring stick, she's essentially telling you that you don't measure up. And once comparisons enter conflict, the relationship is already bleeding. At that point, you have to ask yourself if staying is worth the slow erosion of your dignity. Here's the bottom line, fellas. When a woman constantly compares you to another man, whether through her words, her energy, or her actions, it's not a small thing. It's a sign that she's not fully invested in you, and you deserve someone who doesn't need to measure you against anyone else to recognize your value. If these signs hit close to home, take a step back and reassess the relationship. Don't compete in a game you didn't sign up for. If this breakdown gave you clarity, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this with a brother who needs to hear it, and subscribe now for more real, raw relationship advice for men. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye for now.